Alright guys, how y'all doing on tonight? This is going to be kind of a brief review because I'm exhausted. This is the Club of the Man 1993. I am here live for my AEW Dynamite review from last night's edition, the September 16th, 2020 edition of Dynamite. Took place at Daly's Place in Jacksonville, Florida. I'll be honest, I was very occupied last night trying to finish editing my weddings for the summer. So I want to get them done before my birthday next week. So I was a little distracted, didn't really pay the best attention to this show. But for what I saw, when I looked at the results, I thought it was a good show. I just felt like it felt like a show that like a lot of like subplot storylines took more center stage than from like the main storylines, like the must see ones, like the ones that are like good, but not the ones that were well, me personally at least, that I'm like dying to watch happen. It feels like the show of like a lot of like things are under construction, if you know what I mean. So it was a solid show, but it definitely was not as good as last week's show, I thought. Again, maybe that's because I just wasn't paying attention as well this time, because again I just had a lot on my plate or something like that. Who knows? So it could have been either one of those. But without further ado, let's talk about this show again. I'm not going to appear too long. I'm just going to kind of breeze through this and go over it. Again, like I said, I'm exhausted. I need to re-export my weddings. I made a couple goofs on both of them, so it happens. Let's roll in and talk about Dynamite. We opened up with we're supposed to open up with a tag match. FTR and Jurassic Express. But while the teams are making their entrance, out came the Young Bucks, who laid out referee Mike Posey with a super kick party. As everyone's swarming the ring and the Bucks are walking off together, they go back and they throw some money at Tony Khan, basically say like, hey, here's your fine. We're going to do whatever we want. We got all the money in the world. We can do whatever we want. So still wondering, what's behind the Bucks' actions. As again, I said, it's making sense for sure for Kenny Omega to be turning heel on Hangman Adam Page. But again, what's up with the Young Bucks? Especially after, again, Hangman Adam Page was the one who costed them their spot in the Gauntlet match to be a number one contender for the World Tag Titles a couple weeks ago. So again, interesting, so we'll see where that goes there. But we had a solid opening match with FTR and Jurassic Express's Jungle Boy Jack Perry and Luchasaurus. We had a choke slam, standing moonsault, a backdrop driver, a couple other great near falls. Eventually, though, FTR wins with a side press and a bunch of illegal leverage with assistance from Tully Blanchard. They win by pinning Jungle Boy Jack Perry. Solid opener, I can say. We cut backstage where Matt Hardy, who of course announced last week that he's going to take some time off to heal from his concussion, is in agony on the floor, clutching his knee. His buddy's Private Party, Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn, come up and said they were talking strategy, and then he got attacked out of nowhere. Who attacked him? Not too sure. Chris Jericho and Jake Hager roll up to mock Hardy and a threatened Private Party, basically to set up for their tag match later on in the show. Kenny Omega joined commentary for the match with Hangman Adam Page and Frankie Kazarian. Thought it was a good match. Of course, basically interviewing Kenny, trying to see where to go from here. But again, he's basically just like kind of like avoiding the subject in some ways, but he's basically not really implying any time soon he's going to be tagging with Hangman Adam Page again. But after Hangman wins with a buckshot, Page is chilling in the ring, hoping that Kenny will join him, but Kenny just walks away and walks back. So we're still wondering what's going on with that. MJF then would squash some guy named Sean Dean. Afterwards, he gets on the microphone, speaking out, of course, from the results from All Out. How he is honest, and how Dictator John is a cheater. From here on out, MJF should be undefeated, and he should be world champ. He wants to be referred to as the undefeated, undisputed, uncrowned world champion of AEW. And he makes Justin Roberts say that, to introduce him that way. MJF says he's a lone wolf, but maybe it's time to join himself a wolf pack. But no matter what he does, at the end of the day, he's still better than us, and we know it. So whoever he, whatever he racks up together, whatever he does next again, I'm very interested to see. Again, I still think he should get a rematch, and because there is some truth behind it, even though Moxley was slick about it as well. But then again, they didn't give Jericho his rematch either, so who the heck knows? Ooh! Triple threat match between Moxley, Jericho, and MJF? I actually wouldn't mind seeing that. That interests me. Eddie Kingston was in the ring. First, talk about how he never lost a Battle Royal. Number two, how everyone he's in the ring with them, and the Lucha Bros. He says, we're family, we're not a stable or a faction, we're family. And when families fight, most of the time, they go out there, have a little therapy, but not for them. They're a family of violence. So they get violent, and they are agents to chaos. He then also signals to Andy Williams and Pepper Parks to pull Forks out of the crowd and beat them down. And there's a brawl there. We have a pretty good tag match between Inner Circle's Jericho and Hager and Private Party's Cassidy and Mark Quinn. Again, definitely been interested a little more in Private Party, of course, ever since them and Matt Hardy started teaming. I feel like they've really gotten a little bit more momentum behind them, so a little more seasoning out of them. Again, honestly, I'm still kind of a little more of a fan of them than best friends, to be honest. But of course, Hager and Jericho are teased into being, a full-on tag team. They win with the Judas Effect hit on Isaiah Cassidy, and afterwards, Jericho puts the walls in on Isaiah Cassidy. Mark Quinn comes and hits a Pele kick on Jericho to lay him out. We have Thunder Rosa defending her NWA World Title against Ivelisse. I thought it was a good match. Nice again to see them bring in another promotions championship, because that's why I keep saying what I love about AEW is they're not just fool themselves saying AEW does this, AEW does that. No, they're celebrating all wrestling, like anywhere, any place, anybody who you name it all. And that feels special, and I can appreciate that. And of course, just gives me attention to some other faces outside the business as well. She retains the Tombstone Piledriver. Afterwards, DeMonte attacks Rosa from behind, and her and Ivelisse start beating down until Hikaru Shida gets in the ring and makes a save. She then also shows sign of respect to Thunder Rosa after their match, of course, from All Out. Okay? We get a recap of Miro's debut last week. The Best Man. Then we see him lifting weights with Kip Sabian talking him up. Miro's eager to get in the ring and fight, but Kip reminds him that something else comes first. He's like, alright, I'll throw the best bachelor party. So, and Penelope Ford, looking hot as hell, was watching on. And advertised next week, we're going to be getting a 6-man tag match with Jon Moxley versus Lance Archer, and of course, they're going to get to pick their tag team partners. So, who they pick? We'll find out here. Jake Roberts comes out first and cuts his promos talking about if you'd trade your heroes for ghosts. Hot ashes for a cool breeze. And he then riffs on wish you were here for a bit longer. Sometimes in wrestling, movies, and politics, you find yourself in bed with someone you might not usually go to bed with. That's what they find themselves doing right now. Sometimes you need information or money or a way out. And for them, they need tag team partners. 2 men for a trios match. And if he's going to lay in bed with the devil, he just as soon lay in bed with a Tasmanian devil. Which brings out Taz. And how Taz's team is excited to do business with them. And it's all business, like they discussed. Lance Archer, Ricky Starks, Brian Cage, Deadly Trio, great deal. Which sounds deadly to me as well, I definitely agree. They have a deal. When Archer destroys Moxley and takes the title, that Lance will give Brian Cage the first shot. Lance says that Taz and his boys are enemies of his enemy, and that makes them friendly. But come October 14th, he puts that punk ass Moxley down. AEW is going to have a killer new champion. He doesn't care about Eddie Kingston whining and crying. The Monster and the Machine are going to go Godzilla on Daly's place. Moxley's music hits. As he's coming out, he's attacked by a fan, which of course, because it's being referenced to was how a fan tried to, jump him when he was making his entrance at All Out. Instead, that fan was Ricky Starks. So he beats down there, and Brian Cage joins in and beats down. And Team Tag seems to beat him down until Will Hobbs, who was in the Tournament Man Casino Battle Royale at All Out. He comes out with a chair and chases off Team Taz. Moxley then cuts a promo saying that it's a hell of a team Archer's put together, but he's got a team of his own, starting with him and Will Hobbs. They're going to need a third, so he's going to call Taz's favorite wrestler, Darby Allin, and says, Darby, I know you're watching at home, get your ass to Jacksonville next week because they're going to war. And of course, the tease out will continue to say how, Moxley and Allin seem to have a good bond together, in real life and whatnot. We're also next week is hyped up that we're going to have Orange Cassidy get a shot for Brody Lee's TNT Championship, which should be an awesome match. And our main event was the Parking Lot Brawl with Best Friends and Proud and Powerful Santana and Ortiz of the Inner Circle. That was a good match. We had a Senton Atomico into the hood of a car while Ortiz was under it. There was a Senton from Trent as well there. A catapult into the open tailgate of a truck. Ortiz throws a sledgehammer at them, but Chuck ducks it, and it goes through the windshield. Ortiz had a snap suplex on the roof and adds a splash to the equation. A spear through a door. Power bomb on the roof. Double power bomb. Put Trent through the windshield. Orange Cassidy apparently got stuck in the trunk as well, and then he did the orange punch on Santana, who had his hands wrapped with the steel chain. A stump pile driver on the hood. Trent recovers. A dude buster through the plywood. So pretty good action back and forth. I'd say again. Still to me again. I like Private Party. Best Friends are fine. I love Orange Cassidy, but as far as Chuck Taylor and Trent, I still find him a little bit overrated. Good, yes, just kind of overrated. I just feel that, in my opinion. But they get the win here, probably ending this feud. Afterwards, Trent's mom, Sue, is here with a new minivan, gives everybody hugs, and they drive off together, and Sue gives Proud and Powerful the bird. And that's how we went off the air. Let's check the grades real quick before I check out here. 18 votes, 83.3% said A, 16.7% said B. Nobody else said anything else. I'm a little bit of the rare medium. Again, I'll give this a B-. Again, partially maybe because I didn't get to really concentrate on this one too well. Again, I just had other work that I had to do, which I gonna tweak while I'm watching NXT. And again, I thought that the storylines we got on the show were good. They just felt like they were backseat and what's the word I'm looking for here? Not backseat, but they were subplot storylines rather than the main ones. I thought that should be dominating the show more. But just my opinion. A B- for AEW. Again, I'll probably wait till tomorrow to do NXT before SmackDown. And of course, as I advertised on Raw, my Raw review the other night, I'm pushing hard to try to get a top 10 special ready for Saturday. So we'll see where that goes. But guys, I'm exhausted. I'm turning in. I'm going to watch NXT, but I'm not going to review it tonight. What are your thoughts on AEW Dynamite this week, guys? Your thoughts down in the comment section below. Slap a like on the video. Subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Twitter at TheManAirborne93. Till then, guys, I'm checking out. I'll talk to you guys again soon. Peace out, everybody.